On a night typically filled with roaring crowds, high-flying moves, and fierce rivalries, AEW Collision took a somber yet powerful turn. The broadcast opened with a moment of silence, an arena packed with fans standing still, heads bowed as the screen faded into a black-and-white image of Hulk Hogan with the words, "In memory of a legend, Hulk Hogan, 1953 to 2025. This gesture marked not just a tribute from a wrestling company, but a heartfelt acknowledgement that transcended organizational boundaries. AEW, often seen as WWE's rival, rose above the competition to honor the man who built the very foundation of modern professional wrestling. Wrestling commentator and Hall of Famer Jim Ross opened the show with tears in his eyes. "Night isn't about AEW or any other company," he said. "Tonight, we pay our respects to a man who made all this possible. Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler, he was the wrestler." Ross's emotional words set the tone for a night filled with reflection and gratitude. His voice cracked as he recalled calling some of Hogan's legendary matches in the 80s and early 90s. The man brought wrestling into every home in America. He made it okay to say you loved pro wrestling. The crowd fans came dressed in red and yellow, the unmistakable colors of Hulkamania. Signs read, "Thank you, Hogan. What you gonna do without you?" Out. Wrestlers who weren't scheduled to compete that night stood silently at ringside, some wiping away tears. Even in an AEW setting, where stars like Kenny Omega, MJF, and Chris Jericho usually rule the spotlight, the name Hulk Hogan held undeniable reverence. No one tried to overshadow the tribute. In fact, AEW allowed the moment to breathe, to exist without promotion or pretense throughout the show. AEW superstars shared personal stories about how Hogan inspired them. Darby Allin spoke in a backstage segment, "As a kid, I didn't care about school. I didn't care about anything until I saw Hogan tear his shirt and tell the world to believe in themselves. That man made me want to be a wrestler." Chris Jericho, who had faced Hogan in WWE, delivered a heartfelt message. "We may have been opponents once, but he was always larger than life in the ring and outside of it. There's no wrestling business without Hulk Hogan, period." Even younger stars like Jungle Boy and Ricky Starks mentioned how they would watch old tapes of Hogan with their fathers, dreaming of becoming stars just like him. One of the evening's most emotional highlights came during a match between Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe, two veterans who represent the new generation of wrestling excellence. Before the bell rang, Danielson took the mic and said, "Tonight, this match is for Hulk Hogan, for the man who inspired millions to step in this ring and give it their all." The match that followed was gritty, hard-hitting, and filled with tributes. Danielson delivered a leg drop in Hogan's signature style, and the crowd responded with a thunderous Hogan chant. Samoa Joe, too, acknowledged the legend with a respectful bow to the camera after the match. Later in the broadcast, AEW President Tony Khan appeared on screen. Though known for being behind the scenes, Khan addressed the tribute. "Personally, Hulk Hogan helped build the business we all love. While AEW is a different company with different ideals, we stand united tonight in respect. Hogan's impact reached every corner of this industry, including ours." Khan announced that AEW would air a special montage of Hogan's most iconic moments, blending footage from public domain interviews, fan-made tributes, and vintage visuals that reminded viewers why Hogan became a household name. Fans reflect and remember. Throughout the night, AEW fans shared their emotions in the arena and online. Messages poured in. "I never thought I'd see AEW honor a WWE guy, but this proves Hogan was bigger than any one brand." Crying watching Bryan Danielson do a leg drop for Hogan. "Wrestling is love. This is why I respect AEW. They didn't have to do this, but they did, because Hogan mattered." The sentiment was clear. Hulk Hogan's influence transcended competition, timelines, and generations. He was a unifying force in a world that too often focuses on division. As AEW Collision neared its end, the screen faded into a montage of Hogan's most iconic moments, flexing in front of packed arenas, pointing at the crowd and cupping his ear to thousands of screaming fans. The voiceover simply said, "The Immortal, the icon, the inspiration. Thank you, Hulk Hogan." Fireworks didn't close the night, nor did loud music. Instead, the final scene was a shot of the empty ring. bathed in red and yellow light, silent, still, and sacred. In paying tribute to Hulk Hogan, ADU proved something greater than brand loyalty, that wrestling is a brotherhood, a community, built on respect and history. Hogan might have been WWE's most iconic figure, but his legacy belongs to all of wrestling.